How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and today we're going to be talking about SNDL Sundial growers. And I must say, you know what? I feel proud. I feel proud. SNDL did not have too much of a bad day at all. All things considered, we had some upward movement, and we also ended up finishing green on the day. You can't really complain about that. So like I normally do in these particular type of videos, I'm actually going to be going over some recent news that just came out not too long ago, and it's kind of an update to it. And I'm also going to be doing the technical analysis as well. I'll be talking to you guys afterwards. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at SNDL Sundial growers, which ended up being up 15% on the day. Again, this is the type of things that we want to see. So let's take a look at what happened, where it ended up closing the day in after hours. So as you can see here, it closed around 127 to 128 range. So the good thing about it is this morning we ended up getting a gap up. We ended up gapping up into that $1.29, $1.30 area, as you can see here, right? So the good thing is, as you can see, this is the VWAP here on the 1 minute. We did a pretty good job actually staying above it. As you can see right here, all the way up until around, let's call this 8 o'clock. So literally from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we did a great job staying above VWAP and being in an upward direction, which is really good. Let's also take a look at what the support level was during this entire time as well. As we can see here, we had some strong support here at $1.32. We ended up testing it on a few occasions during pre-market, and we actually held it down. And that's why we had a strong move to the upside. Again, the market, it's being very, very finicky right now, but we know why it's happening, right? We have dealt with some red days and so forth. But one of the things that we need to take a look at, we ended up hitting this resistance level here of $1.45. And if you notice right now, and this is just taking a look at the pre-market, this was a serious resistance area actually for the entire day. Because even if we scroll over to the regular trading hours, look at this, $1.46, right? A resistance area. And then we tested it again towards the end of the day today around 350. So this tells us right here there's some resistance, right? I'm going to explain what's going on in after hours, and it's going to actually show you what I'm actually trying to make you guys actually see. But let's go forward. So we ended up getting a sell-off down here. So we get here to open, as you can see, and it looks like we're around the 130s. And like I said, the market, especially at open, we're getting used to seeing those serious dips. So we end up getting down to $1.28. But this is like around 9:39, and boom, we have a strong move to the upside going to $1.44. We've already noticed in that mid $1.40 area, whether it's 44, 45, or 46, we have a lot of resistance. So we ended up getting knocked back down and going down all the way to $1.34. But look at this here. We've already noticed that $1.30 area is an area where we have some support. We've seen this in pre, right? Recognize that, see that. So we ended up having another strong move around 11.16. We hit the top here, hitting that resistance area again around $1.46 to be exact. For if you would have actually had the opportunity to see it, it would have been in this area, but it did get up to $1.47. But again, not many orders get filled at the top there because it didn't spend too much time. It's also another reason why we're taking a look at the 1 day, 1 minute chart, all right? So let's keep moving forward. So as you can see here, we actually did a really good job, like I said, staying above VWAP for a good portion of the day. As you can see here, and this was literally around 1250, then we kind of broke support and we were no longer above VWAP, which is fine, right? So as you can see here, from 1251 going all the way over here to about 147, we had some support here. Again, at that 138. So the good thing is we've noticed that we're building up support as the day goes forward. But as we get closer to the end of the day, and again, this happened with a lot of other stocks, we started to see a sell-off, right? Started going downwards, and we ended up getting down to, again, that support area in the 130s. So we ended up having some moves up and down and so forth. Keep in mind that SNDL is heavily traded. So overall today, in regards to volume, from what I see currently, we had 395.5 million. So that's literally like SNDL had a really busy day on the exchange. But just take a look here. So right at 340, from $1.34, we have a strong push testing that resistance area again at $1.46. All right, so I can see a lot of traders were taking advantage of this move, and also they have already have seen, hey, you know what? It's tried to get to this at actually 2 different occasions throughout the entire day, and it just couldn't get past it, right? So now we're gonna get a little bit closer so we can get a clear idea of what's going on now. So as you can see here, we end up closing at around $1.45, which is, like I said, which is really good compared to where we actually started the day, because like I said, we were up 15%. Now let's take a look at after hours. So as soon as what happens, this is a resistance area which we've already proved. So we had a lot of people just started selling off, right? As soon as when after hours came in. But check this out. So at $1.38, which we've noticed, again, that is a support area, right? See that? We have some support there, right? What happens? We have a strong move. And I've told you guys this. Usually when there's a resistance area that's been tested a few times and it just hasn't gotten past it, but when it does, we can expect a strong move. And that's exactly what we got. Coming down here in a pre-market low at $1.38, strong move up to $1.55. This is a good sign to see this. I know there's not as much volume in after hours as there is during regular trading hours, but this is still something to take into consideration because there's still interest and people are still buying shares, right? We have increased buying going on. Also, we could take a look here at these volume indicators. You know, there's a lot more volume, right, that happened towards the end that gave that upside movement. We also noticed that here in the beginning, there is a lot of volume, a lot of people that were buying, right? So from what I'm seeing here, we have a support where we have formed currently from this point on from 417 to around 5, let's say call it 455, we've seen $1.50. We've had a sell-off here, and we're kind of messing around here in that $1.40 range, right? And I'm definitely looking, if the market's looking really good tomorrow, we're definitely going to be seeing a gap up to that $1.50 area. As you can see here, I'm dead positive knowing that we could build some support. If we have a gap down, then we'll definitely be revisiting the high $1.30s area. Wouldn't be no surprise at all. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing SNDL. If the market is good and things are going in the right direction for us, then we could definitely see a move hitting around the $1.60 range, which would be good. And then just seeing how much further it can go from there. So those are my predictions in that regard. Again, gap down, probably be around that $1.30, high $1.30 area. If we gap up and we have some momentum, we'll definitely revisit $1.55 and be able to touch at least around $1.60. All right, and anything more than that, hey, that's something to be excited about. As far as anyone who was thinking about adding and so forth, I know some of you may have that question, or some of you may want to be averaging down and so forth. I would definitely not be looking to average down or to be buying a lot of shares when it's already at the top. And I'm talking about $1.50 and up. All right. This is a stock where it's going to take a lot of patience, right? A lot of patience, and you got to be able to stomach the volatility. So just keep that in mind. I also want to let you guys know I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. All right, I'll be talking to you guys just now. All right, so we're on Yahoo Finance. We're going to be taking a look at the most recent news that we have on SNDL, Sundial Growers. So we already knew and we already covered that Sundial and Indiva announced closing of a $22 million strategic investment. We spoke about this. Indiva, being a leading Canadian producer of cannabis edibles, are pleased to announce the closing of the previously announced $22 million strategic investment into Indiva by Sundial. Again, I love this. This gives them more flexibility and more access in regards to the cannabis market, all right? These are one of these things and one of these moves you want to look for when you're investing in companies and so forth, because you know they're focusing on growth. They want to be able to actually capitalize on opportunities, especially with everything that's going on currently. We also got to realize that, hey, there's still things going on with the vaccine, COVID, the economy is going to be opening up and so forth. So once all of that is getting sorted out, then we can start looking at, hey, the growth that happens afterwards. So for my final thoughts, I must say SNDL, I'm happy with what I saw today. Again, the strategic investment that they have with Indiva, that's in the edibles market, has me even more interested in seeing what other things they might have going in the works. We got to understand and take a look at what is the condition like as far as in the market and also in the environment that we're in. We have vaccines that need to be rolled out. We're also looking forward to things opening up and so forth. And there's also going to be a lot more news and a lot more things that are going to be happening in the cannabis industry. If you never heard me say this term, I'm going to say it again. Rising tides float all boats. So that means you're going to see changes in sectors whenever things happen. So I know I get a lot of questions and a lot of comments that are saying, well, you know what, why use this stock or why even this? Like, they don't benefit from this or they're not in the US market. Rising tides float all boats. I'm going to leave it as simple as that. Also wanted to say to you guys that, hey, I didn't get to mention it in the video. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow. Peace.